This right here is game 1 of 100 matches of Fortnite where I can only use a shotgun. I'm doing this challenge mainly because I'm average with shotguns. Okay, maybe slightly below average with shotguns. And I want to see how much I can improve with them when they're all I can rely on to get damage and limbs. Also, huge shout out to Luke the Notable, as this video is inspired by his 100 Drop series. I got the Mythic Maven, which was awesome for game 1, and I really wanted to try it out, but unfortunately, it was a battle bus ending, so there's not really testing it out. You just win, jump on the bus with a couple seconds left. It's super easy. But hey, you know, maybe not a challenge, but it's a win nonetheless. I regret asking for a challenge, because here in Game 2, this John Wick was much better with shotguns than what I was. Game 3, I should have overdrived, didn't. Still got the kill though. It wasn't pretty. Could have been a lot better. The sound of the fight attracted a player who had the world's largest shock rock. I mean, look at the sheer size of that thing. Unfortunately, it threw me off and I missed every shot. And then died. Game 4, you already knew was going to be a bad one when this is what it looked like when I was just trying to kill bots. Yeah, that was bad. A real person pulled up and bad aim. Really bad aim. Hit the 3 final shots though. Not for a lot, but I hit them. Gotta get back on track with Game 5 and I started off by killing an unarmed man in the streets. This kill got stolen from me. This was the person who stole it. Again, bad aim in a lot of this fight. But that's how a lot of these early matches went. I then decided to use this tiny little pole as cover, and hey, it worked! Trying to lurk here in endgame. No, don't jump over that rock! Don't worry, I still got the kill. I almost lost that one though. And right here, I would take out the final person. Hey, had the mythic extended focus shotgun. That was a good win right there. Game 6, I got a okay limb and some smoke. Unfortunately, though, this player jumped on my head and eliminated me. In Game 7, I started off by stealing the Spider-Man skill. Then he immediately got his revenge, as he took me out. Game 8 is a great reminder of why you need to run 2 shotguns instead of 1. I hit some shots, but needed to reload, and since I didn't have a second shotgun at the ready, I died. Game 9 was rough. I missed a lot of shots, and only had a Maven auto shotgun. This thing sucks. You could literally slap somebody in the face with a feather, and it would do more damage than this shotgun right here. Hey, had a good shockwave to open up this fight right here. Unfortunately, I was still only using 1 shotgun though, so I had to reload, and I died. I was playing Peekaboo in Game 10 with this random player, which is a terrible idea when you're not really good with shotguns. I ended up losing this fight really badly, and I had to rift out, went to this bush, and unfortunately for me, this Spider-Man found me. We all know what happens from there. I got sent back to the lobby. Game 11 had some awful shots against some bots. But hey, it happens to the best of us. But then, when I pushed this random player that was trying to extract a sprite, he just so happened to have the cube 0-point sprite, which was awesome. I didn't have this guy, so I immediately extracted him. Sadly though, this meant that I threw caution into the wind and didn't really care if I won or lost, because I was just excited about the sprite I got. Game 12, me and this Spider-Man had a good fight, but neither of us wanted to go out early, so we mutually agreed to go our separate ways. In game, I was fighting Spider-Man trying to abuse the shields. I do not like people who use the shields, so after eliminating him, I teabagged him. That was completely uncalled for. But hey, a victory royale! Game 13, I opened up this fight with a lot of great shots and actually controlled the early beginnings of this fight. Until he impulsed through the slurp truck. And then he flipped the whole entire fight on its head, and I had to run. But he was not expecting me to come back. And with that, I used it to surprise him, and I picked up the limb. Then right here, I snuck up on this person who was trying to extract his sprites. He indeed got them extracted, but I got the kill. So I think I came out much better. Then I continued picking up kills in the end game, until finally pushing the final player, where I actually took him out. Hey, this was a really good end game for me. Yeah, showing some progress already. Nice. Game 14, I took out Ballerina Cappuccina. Then I got taken out myself while I was trying to eliminate a boss. Game 15, I got chopped at the shop when this player eliminated me while he was sitting on the roof. Game 16, I actually picked up a kill with the Maven Auto shotgun. I'm shocked. And right here, I actually had some really good shots against this player. But then on the next player, I had some really bad shots. Game 17, I realized I like sliding into a limbs in Sydney Sweeney's DMs. But then, I got slammed by this Ivy. Yeah, that's the same face I made too after losing that bad. Same face I made too. Lagging really bad in Game 18 here, and and nothing I could do. I tried to play back into it. Game 19, I was really aggressive and was pushing people. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pick up a kill on that guy. When I pushed this person, though, I had a great entry damage, but unfortunately missed too many shots. Game 20, I made a great impulse play to get this limb. Then, this player made a great impulse play on me to take me out. Yep, and not great. Game 21, I jumped down from the roof to take out this player. That's all I did, though, is a battle bus ending. You win these. All you gotta do is just jump on the back of the battle bus at the last second and you get the win, unless you're me. Killed a lot of bots in Game 22, but when I finally found a real person, they killed me. Had a lot of lag in Game 23 and was trying to fight this bot when this Spider-Man came up and took advantage of the situation. I tried to run. It didn't work out for me, though. The lag sent me into replay mode, and I got to see myself fade away out of this match. Game 24, I finally became creative and started using a different skin every match. Sadly, I went down right here. Thankfully, I was able to get the self-revive off. It didn't really matter, though. I didn't do too much with the opportunity. That's a little disappointing. Straight into in-game for Game 25, and it really wasn't great. I was fumbling around with the controls. Looked like a bot. Not great. Game 26, I started playing during the power hours. This was pretty cool. I got to use the mythic extended focus shotgun. Unfortunately, everybody else also has access to it. Game 27, I got snuck up on by this player. Bad one. Game 28, I got my kill stolen. And then the player that stole my kill killed me. That's never fun. Started off Game 29 with a weird slide kick limb, and unfortunately I usually am on my right shotgun, not my left, which led me to pulling out my Spider-Man mythic gloves. That sucks. Game 30, I ended up dropping 20 limbs, and got the win. Unfortunately though, my computer ran out of recording storage, so you will never get that footage. But trust me, it happened. Game 31 is, I feel like, a good turning point for me. I feel like I've realized that I was hitting more shots against bots and real people. I was getting much better. Still definitely not perfect, but I felt a lot more confident, at least, with shotguns from this point moving forward, which is really cool. Still not perfect, though. Didn't win this one. Game 32, hit some really nice shots on this player. They tried to run. I chased him down. It proceeded to look terrible. But hey, I got the limb at the end of the day, and look at there, a Grim Sprite. Unfortunately, I didn't make it much further after that, though. Game 33, we're going straight to the game against the final person, and it went about as well as you expected. I missed my shots and died. Game 34, I snuck up on this player in the vault. He got away, but not for long, as I killed him when he was trying to heal up at a vending machine. Also killed this player while trying to heal up at the vending machine. And this right here is a good showing of a sweaty zero build end game. No cover in zone, just pure luck and shooting. Thankfully, I was the one that came out on top and got myself another victory royale. Game 35, got lucky here. Probably shouldn't have beaten this player. I missed a lot of shots. You've got to love Fortnite's peaceful tranquility, the sweet lake, the soft autumn breeze, people peacefully extracting their sprites. Sadly, there's so much ruthless aggression. Game 36, I started off by killing somebody with a car. I mean, a shotgun. It was with a shotgun. It just had 4 wheels. Definitely a shotgun right there. But hey, we picked up a couple of limbs. Got my 10th one right there. Put myself in between 4 different players, though. That was a terrible idea. Game 37, I unfortunately only had a gray striker pump, so we're going back to the lobby in this one. Game 38 was very promising. I had some really good shots. Even took out this guy when he was trying to extract his sprite. Unfortunately, though, I made the mistake of fighting Navy SEALs 405. Game 39, I landed in a building where one half of it was straight up glass. I couldn't have guessed how that one ended. Hey, Game 40, started off the fight really bad, but hey, look at there, we came back and won it. Then, I put up a lot of bad shots on a bot. Oh, this is, not what you want to see. Not what you want to see 40 games in. It attracted a real player, and he took me out. I don't think anybody's surprised. Game 41 was running just a singular Maven Auto shotgun. I don't know why I was doing this. It actually worked out for me. Picked up a couple of limbs, though, until it didn't work out for me. I died. Game 42, I was lurking, and this player was too. He got the jump first. Went to Wonky Land Game 43 and immediately died. Game 44 is a great reminder that the extended focus shotgun's range is not as good as the mythic burst rifles. Game 45, I had the great plan of impulsing onto this person and surprising him. Unfortunately, the execution was not good. Game 46, Addison, please! No, I just wanted to do a TikTok! Game 47, I decided to take a break. I needed a vacation. Too much stress, too much losing. Just needed a little break, you know? Just a chill, good match. Unfortunately, all great things have to come to an end. Fought this Michael Myers. Almost lost, had to leave and heal up, but I spun back and I took him out. In game here, see, looky there, vacation place, you know, see, it was a tactical move to go there. And hey, look at there, look at this, you know, third party the last fight and got that victory royale. Game 48, this person smacked his face while trying to get the shotgun from me. I still almost lost this fight because this skin is huge and bulky. I don't like the skin. Well, I mean, I like the look of the skin. It's just too big. I don't like using huge skins that cover up my whole screen. It leads to a lot of missed shots. At least that's what I'm going to say. Game 49, I started out with a double kill. Oh, what's that you're saying? It wasn't impressive. It was just bots. Well, I don't care. It was a double kill. And hey, look at there. Final person trying to heal. I got him. We get that victory royale. Game 50, I took out a bot, then another bot, and I thought this guy right here was a bot. It was not a bot. It was a real person. Yeah, made me pay for that mistake. Game 51, missed the striker pump shot. Yeah, we got sent back to the lobby. Hey, game 52 was really good, though. We actually got some good damage on this guy. Pushed into the building, got the limb. Got a good, pretty long-range limb right there on that player. Then we shockwaved onto a glizzy. You know, hey, maybe the shots weren't as good against the glizzy, but we took him out too. Then we used some shock rock mobility here to confuse this Spider-Man a little bit, and hey, you know, look at there, you know, it's a good limb, you know, we'll take it. But then when I pushed onto the top of this tower, unfortunately, I found this player. I got them down to 6 HP. Game 53 had one of the most promising starts, as this person that I eliminated had a 0-point sprite, and I was going to enjoy using it in the endgame, but I got headshot sniped by a gooner. Game 54, we got an elimination from an attic, and from a window. You don't see that very often. Then I killed a furry, who tried to loot my vault. Then, late game, I got into a bush fight. I hate bush fighting, but hey, you know, we came out on top. You know, you don't see that very often from me. This player pushed me, took him out, got his crown, killed the Spider-Man who was in all of that polo sprite. But sadly, when it came down to end-game, your boy, you know, he sold like usual. It looked bad. It looked really bad. Game 55, I took the term jumping on your opponent's head a little too literally here. And, you know, hey, it was thankfully bots though, so no risk of death right there. And remember this rule, never follow a player into a random hole. It will never work out well for you, and that Spider-Man had to learn the hard way. I was being chased in-game by this guy, hit him with a good headshot, and Zone did the rest of the job for me, thankfully. Final guy right here, not my best shots of all time, but hey, they were good enough to earn me that victory royale. Game 56, I saw 5 different people fighting over here in this area. It would be a bad idea to push, but I couldn't resist the urge. I regret the decision to push, to this day. Game 57, and I found this guy underneath the bridge. You know, it was a pretty good fight right here. Hit some nice shots, moved around, finished the limb, then found another person, and killed him under a bridge also. 2 bridge limbs in one match. And not something that happens often. Hit some good shots on this guy in the Batmobile. Shocked he came back. I made him pay for it. He shouldn't have done that. Right here, though, against the final guy, I hit 2 good shots. And earned myself another victory royale. Santa Claus, game 58, but this match was anything but holly and jolly because I put up a performance worthy of a lump of coal. Game 59, this person played their cover very well. And I played around their cover very poorly. Game 60, I took out Travis Scott with the Maven Auto shotgun, and then I found this player, who picked a very bad spot to go AFK at. Then I would eliminate this player, before jumping this Yeti. Then I got jumped myself. Game 61, I had a lot of lag. It made this kill very difficult, but hey, we still got it. Hey, you know, all you gotta do is drop down onto the battle bus, and you get this win. But instead, I jump kicked off of it, and it left me behind. You've got to be kidding me! Game 62, I did some opening damage to this person, and then they thought they were going to get away, but I caught back up to him, and I took him out. Sadly though, I was lagging, and that, combined with really bad shots, left me dead in this match, and it was really unfortunate. I had 2 legendary focus shotguns. Game 63, I got jump scared by John Wick, panicked, switched over to my striker pump, and died. Game 64, the third party merchant is back. And right here, yeah, there you go. Look at that. Had a crown too. And you already know it's going to be a great game if I was third-partying people, because right here, I use the overdrive effect to help me get the limit on this final person to get another victory royale. Yeah, game 65. Got caught in a really bad position. I tried to find my way out of it. It didn't go so well. And because of that, I lost to Jiggly Wiggly. Game 66 was only contested by a bot in Sinister Strip. Then I came and third-partied this person. And then sadly for me, while I was on this bridge with no cover, this Kim K found me. I tried to push my way out of it. It didn't work so well. I got eliminated. And it's finally time for game 6-7. I'm way too old to be making these kinds of jokes. Hey, but this building right here was the place for all the fighting in this match. I mean, you just pushed into the building, tried to get some damage, leave the building before you got third-partied, then push back to third-party those people, then leave before you got third-partied again. Just a lot of fighting happened, and right here was the final guy that I needed to elim to secure the win, because the true final guy died to zone. Game 68, I didn't follow my own advice. I followed a player into a random hole. Thankfully for me, I survived. Got lucky. Then the Spider-Man thought he was going to surprise me in the vault. Little did he know, I heard him, and I was just waiting for him to enter. I jumped this Harley Quinn. It was a great idea. I sadly died. Thankfully, I had shock rocks, though, so I was able to get the cell Frez off. I squandered my second chance opportunity. Got in between the final two players. Nothing I could do. Game 69, I pushed in with full intent to eliminate this player, but then I heard them swinging their pickaxe and realized they just wanted to be friends. Yeah, that was fine with me. They shot their shotgun at me. I turned around thinking that we were going to have to fight, but he just wanted to get my attention to give me the Grim Sprite. I already got him though, so yeah, I don't need him. Thank you to that guy though. Batman sent his greatest warrior Robin at me, took him out, then took out this person with the crown. Sadly though, in the final two here, it just wasn't my best. Yeah, and not my best work. I had the boss sprite and all, and it just didn't matter. Bad shots. Game 70 had a terrible start. I didn't have a shotgun, and a person was shooting at me. I got away, healed up, and he wasn't ready for me to come back into the building, and I took him out because of that. I found this guy running from another player. I took him out. Then I was healing up in zone. Deep in zone, mind you. And this player came and eliminated me. Then, in game 71, when this person was just trying to take out the boss, I jumped him and was able to get him eliminated. Sadly, this Spider-Man got away, but hey, some nice shots. This Peely right here thought he was going to get away from me, but thankfully, I hit some good shots while he was flying through the air. But unfortunately, the good shots would end right here. Got a nice impulse play to start game 72. Unfortunately, it was just a bot. Then, right here, I put up probably the worst performance I've ever had when trying to third party. Got jumped by a man camping in a bush, game 73. Thankfully, I had the shock rocks. I was able to get away. He then pushed me after I got the res off. Big mistake by him. Yeah, sure, I missed some shots, but at the end of the day, I got the elim. And right here in in-game, hit a couple good shots on this player through a window. And then we met later on in the final two, and although I didn't have a lot of great shots, I was able to do enough damage to get him on the run, and right there, while he was in zone, I got the elim and the win. Game 74, we will never talk about ever again. I don't want to ever talk about this. Nope. Never again. Game 75, I got a really good long-range elim with the extended focus shotgun. Unfortunately, though, I would realize that my true enemy in this match was not the 99 other people I landed with, but indeed the McDonald's that I had eaten earlier on in the night. Game 76 started off with some really bad, reckless driving. Hey, it turned into an elim, so we'll take it. Sadly, though, I wasn't paying attention and got jumped. Jumped at a player, game 77, hit a tree limb, it threw me off, and I promise that's the reason why I missed all these shots. Game 78 just continued the downhill fall. The downhill progress continued into game 79 as I got eliminated by this player, leaving him on 10 HP. Yeah, I hit some nice shots on this player in game 80, they got away, but hey, right here, we're in the final two. Sadly, though, I ended up trying to do a little bit too much here, and it cost me the match. But hey, you know, at least I didn't die quickly. Had a good headshot to start game 81, but unfortunately, I lost a fight that I shouldn't have lost. And it was all because I picked the wrong time to reload. Game 82, this player was using that striker pump shield shot. It's really hard to beat people using this. I should have done some damage, though. Game 83, this person tried to jump me. They landed flat on their face, though, and it was a very easy limb. up at a tree, but I'm right where I want to be. Sadly though, when I pushed this final player, I choked. I'm starting to see a bad theme starting here towards the end of this video. Hey, game 84, defended my territory from a guy with the 0 point. He ran. I feel like that's pretty good right there. Had him on the ropes. Had the scummy fish stick right here. Got an assist from the storm there, and this is probably my best fight and a limb of this whole entire video right here. I was really proud of this moment. Made a friend here in the end game, and both of us worked together to make sure at the end of the game we would both extract on the battle bus together. Game 85, it was a quick one. I didn't last too long. Neither did the person that eliminated me. It was just a hot drop. Game 86 had some really good shots on this player through the door. He came back for some more, which was a really, really bad decision for him, because I would get the limb. Here I jump on the head of a John Wick who actually had a crown, and I got the limb. Sadly though, the great aim must come to an end at some point, and I sold this match. This was disappointing. Game 87, the Uber left me behind, so yep, no mysteries will be solved today. But hey, look at here, had some really good shots against this guy. This person third-partied the fight and took the other one out. Lag almost caused me to die right here, but I locked in and got the limb. And for the first time ever, everybody was nice on the battle bus, and we all got the win. Game 88, we were the Great Cornholio, and we were actually hitting some really good shots here today with that extended focus shotgun. Right here, got him low, made a bad decision, took a long-range fight with the Maven, but somehow we actually won. Also won a bush fight. And then right here, I would get 5th. Game 89 was a game full of surprises. Jumped this guy when he wasn't ready. Jumped this guy as well when he wasn't ready. And then right here, the final person, I jumped while in zone. And then when we got in zone, I would take him out to earn another victory royale. Yeah, game 90, the final 10 matches. I hit some good shots, but then this person proceeded to go ahead and break my camera multiple different times. He had me looking silly out there, but thankfully, I was able to get the limb. Then here in the end game, I had to face a Meowscles. Love that skin. Don't have it, but love that skin. Took me out though. Didn't like that. Hey, on a positive note, it took 91 games before I was killed, when I didn't even have a shotgun. Needed to dance on a deck for a quest on game 92. Unfortunately, I never got the opportunity to, because I died through a wall. Gotta love desync. Game 93, we had a little bit of lag, but it didn't matter. We were still able to pick up this limb, which was nice. And in game against the final person right here, we showed a lot of improvements. Although, yes, the fight was absolutely atrocious here at the start, and I most definitely should have died. We showed how much better we've gotten, as I locked in and ended up getting a lot of shots back on this player, healed up, and then finished off the fight, earning myself a victory royale. I guarantee you if this was the first 10 matches, I would have lost. Yeah, surprise miss is incredible right here for a good limb. Then in endgame, I picked up another good limb. Sadly though, this person was just lying in wait, and that would end my match. Game 95, hit an impulse, hit some good shots in midair, but this player just wanted to give me his cube 0 point sprite. Already had it though, so I didn't need it, didn't take it. Died later when running from another player. Game 96, this has got to be the most embarrassing death. I died in a porta potty. Game 97, I had some nice shots to take out this player. Unfortunately for me though, it got to the end game and I got shot by 2 different players, and that spelt the end for me. Game 98, had to fight another Superman, and he was using a shield. I needed to get my revenge for that one horrible shield fight that I had, and yeah, I mean, this one looked really ugly. I mean, it was really ugly. I mean, terrible. Not a pretty fight at all, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I got the limb on this guy, and he had a crown, so that was pretty good. Had a fight with this guy towards the end of the match, and it actually went fairly well for me. Yeah, I ended up getting the limb. Unfortunately, there was an onlooker, and he took me out. Game 99, there's no excuses. I've done enough of these matches. I shouldn't have been missing this many shots. It just looked bad. Hey, finally, we're here at game 100. Sadly, though, I got jumped by a man camping at the top of the stairs. And with that, I've now officially played 100 matches of Fortnite while only being able to use shotguns. I definitely think after these 100 matches, I'm much better with shotguns, and I have a lot more confidence when using them. There's still a long way to go before I'm ever really great with shotguns, but I'm definitely glad I attempted this challenge. And if you want to see more of these 100 match challenges, please give this video a like and subscribe. And if you want to see a specific challenge in the next one, hey, comment what you'd like to see, and hey, maybe I'll do it in the next 100 matches. And with that, I'll see y'all next time.